Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Henley Lady Hornets basketball today on MyBasin.com. It is the month of March. It is time for playoff basketball as the opening round of the OSAA On Point Community Credit Union 4A girls basketball postseason is being played right here inside the Hornets' nest as Henley hosts the number 12 seed Scappoose Indians. Glad to be with you on a fine Saturday afternoon. My name is Josh Eldridge. Thank you so much for joining us today. Henley enters in as the number 5 seed in the OSAA bracket. They are 19-5 on the season, taking on the Indians, who are 13-11 overall in the season. They finished 5-7 out of the ever-competitive Kawapa League, up from the northern part of the state and along the coast. There were 4 top 15 teams from that league. A battle-tested Indians team comes to the Basin today looking for an upset and a trip to the OSAA state tournament at Forest Grove High School on the line today. So many great things happening for Klamath Basin schools as well. We had Cross Point Christian, the boys basketball team, pick up a win earlier today. We had some guys games last night. Oregon Tech is on to the NAIA National Tournament. It is certainly the month of March, and we're glad that you are here for the madness on MyBasin.com. We're going to take a 2-minute timeout. When we come back, we'll take a deeper dive into each of these two teams. Get ready for starting lineups and tip-off. That's all coming at you at the OSAA On Point Community Credit Union 4A girls basketball playoffs on MyBasin.com.
What are the best words you can hear tonight?
Order ready for Susan?
And if you hear those words at Abby's, you know it's going to be a legendary meal. Your pizza is loaded with toppings to the edge, premium ingredients, and real cheese. Yeah, baby. Gather with friends, play some video games, and watch the big game on TV. That's made Abby's a legendary pizza tradition for generations. And when you're ready to hear those magic words,
Tom, your order's ready.
you know where to go. You're always welcome at Abby's.
There's something special about this place. It's more than the quiet mornings and the open skies. It's more than the scenery. It's the people. Around here, people still wave when you pass by. They check in when something's wrong. They show up when it matters. At Sage Credit Union, we're proud to live and work in a region that believes in each other. A place where neighbors lend a hand, small businesses thrive, and generosity runs deep. We believe that being part of a community means giving back to it, not just with dollars, but with time, effort, and heart. That's why our employees earn paid volunteer time. That's why you'll see us at food drives, fundraisers, and the local fair. We show up for our community. This isn't just where we work. This is where we live, where we give, and where we grow. Right here, in the coffee shop, at the fundraiser, and in our local branch. At Sage Credit Union, we've found our people. We'll see you around town.
Over the last year, you've heard and seen the advertisement for God's Gifts 2, a local photographer who travels to high school sporting events and takes individual and team action photos at a great price. Something you may not know, though, is that the money from God's Gifts Photography supports 6 children in Kenya who Annalisa has met on mission trips. If you'd like to capture your athlete in action and help support these kids, call 541-281-2206. Search God's Gifts 2 on Facebook.
And we welcome you back to the OSAA On Point Community Credit Union 4A girls basketball postseason today on MyBasin.com. The number 5 seed Henley Hornets taking host to the number 12 seed Scappoose Indians. The Hornets, of course, come to us as the Skyline Conference League champions, a 19-5 overall record and an unblemished 12-0 record in conference play. The Hornets are winners of each of their last 4 ball games against Phoenix, Mazama, Hidden Valley, and Phoenix again, leading them to this date on Saturday against the Indians. For those Indians who come to us with a 13-11 overall record, 5-7 out of the Kawapa League, they are losers of 5 of their last 6 ball games, dating back to February 10th, although, again, some tough competition coming out of that Kawapa League. They've lost to Seaside twice, St. Helens, Tillamook, and Staten, the number 1 team in the state Eagles. So it's been a tough schedule lately for the Indians. They are certainly battle-tested as we look at the final standings in the top Kawapa League in the 4A classification. St. Helens 10-2, 17-5 was their overall record. They finished with a 6th seeding in the state. Seaside was number 3. They also finished 10-2, 19-5 overall in the season. Then you have the Indians, who were 5-7, 13-11. They were the 12th seed, or ranked 12th heading into the postseason. Tillamook was actually ranked 11th, but they missed out on the postseason after losing to Scappoose twice during the regular season. They finished with actually less losses than the Indians, 13-10, finished with that same 5-7 league mark. And then Astoria, who, well, they had to battle through a gauntlet of a schedule. They wound up with a goose egg in the winners column in the league play, 0-12, and they finished 5-19 overall. But they sent 3 teams to the OSAA state tournament bracket out of 16 that were there. Skyline Conference only sent 2. It was Henley and it was Klamath Union. Klamath Union still yet to play yet today. They will play at 5 o'clock against the number 1 seed Staten. Other games happening around the state of Oregon today. Philomath is playing Malala. Marist Catholic is against Madras today in the 3 versus 14 matchup. Seaside hosts Pendleton. Number 6 versus number 11 is St. Helens against North Bend. Cascade hosts LeGrand tonight, and Baker hosts the Dalles. That is how the rest of the bracket shapes up, although we're the only action right now. So if you're a fan from one of those other teams from around the state of Oregon, welcome to our broadcast tonight on mybasin.com. We're going to step aside for the presentation of the colors and our national anthem. And when we return, we'll introduce you to the starting lineups and get ready for the OSAA On Point Community Credit Union 4A girls basketball postseason right here on mybasin.com.
Come on in. Hey, I'm Jason with Elevate Physical Therapy, Fitness, and Performance, and just a little bit about us. So we started in March of 2020, opened right before COVID hit. It's been a wild ride. So one of the things I'm super passionate about is this idea of being guides, or think about like a map and compass. If you think about our job as physical therapists is to take a person who's had an injury and help them kind of go from point A to point B. And everybody's journey is different. It's never a straight line. It's nice to have someone that's been there, that's walked that path before many times. And so we see it as our honor and privilege to be able to walk with patients through those little steps along the way of getting back to doing the things they love. So to get a hold of us at Elevate, you can call our number at 541-887-2030. Check out our website, elevateptfp.com. Or check us out on Instagram, shoot us a message.
The Klamath Basin is beautiful, from shimmering Klamath Lake to rich farmlands to the historic downtown. And with an average of over 300 days of sunshine every year, the Klamath Basin is a great place to be. We here at Basin Media Active have been supporting this community for many years, keeping it entertained and informed with friendly faces and familiar voices. You can stay up to date with the latest news, weather, stream live local sports, and check out our community calendar, all on our website, mybasin.com. And you can download our app for free in your app store right now. Basin Media Active, local, community, engaged.
Now, let's meet the starting lineups for both teams. First, for the visiting Scappoose.
Josh Eldridge welcoming you back live to Henley High School for our continuing coverage of the OSAA On Point Community Credit Union 4A girls basketball postseason on mybasin.com. Let's go ahead and introduce you to the starting 5. First for the visitors tonight, the number 12 seed Scappoose Indians. Number 2, a sophomore standing 5'2", Lux Johnson. Number 5, a junior standing 5'5", Kayla Brainerd. Number 11, a sophomore standing 5 foot tall, Bailey Humbird. Number 20, a sophomore standing 5'8", Grace Kessie. And number 22, a sophomore standing 5'3", Emily Kessie. The Scappoose Indians are coached by Craig Moore, and he's assisted by Aubrey Mabry. And now the starting five for the hometown Henley Hornets. Starting at guard, number 1, a senior, standing 5'5", Kennedy Modine. A junior, standing 5'5", wearing the number 3, Preston Shade. A senior, standing 5'9", wearing the number 4, Lily Fussell. A senior, standing 5'7", wearing the number 10, Senya Scappoose. And a sophomore, standing 6 foot tall, wearing the number 15, Michaela Schroeder. The Hornets are coached by Randy Denson, and he's assisted by Heidi Friend and Kevin Petrick. Our officials for today's game, Cooper Roberts, Craig Connor, and Caleb Getman, brought to you by the Klamath Falls Basketball Officials Association. If you want to get involved in being a high school official, whether it's for basketball or volleyball or baseball or football or whatever it might be, visit osaa.org/officials today. All right, we are just about ready for basketball tonight inside the Hornets' nest. Quite a few fans on our side of the gym. Scappoose traveling well in a light student section today for the Hornets, but Michaela Schroeder in the middle for the Hornets, but it's going to be Henley who controls the opening tip. They go from left to right. A pass goes into the corner to Fussell. Tries to give it up to Shade, driving inside. Looking to make the extra pass to Schroeder. Schroeder saves it from going out, but the last one to touch it was Emily Kessie, the sophomore from Scappoose. And so Henley maintains possession. 11 seconds gone in our opening round matchup. Preston Shade set to inbound, looks to Fussell. She kicks it over to Scappoose there on the left side. Now looking top of the key to Kennedy Modine. Takes a jab step right, drives left, puts up a shot, but it's no good. Preston Shade picks up the loose ball. She gets tied up. The possession arrow is going to favor Scappoose. And so it'll be Indians basketball for the first time tonight. They inbound, get the ball off to Grace Kessie, and then they throw it forward to Emily Kessie. Drives all the way inside, trying to bounce the pass to Humbird, but a loose ball rolls nearly all the way back out to half court before Kennedy Modine is able to get her hands on it. Rifles the pass down low to Fussell. Kicks it back outside to Modine here on the right side as Kessie comes out to guard her and pokes it free for a moment. Modine has to go chase it down in the backcourt. Quality defense being played here by the Scappoose guards early in this one. Here's Preston Shade, 15 to shoot here for the Lady Hornets. She backs back out between the circles. Hornets running a screen for Scappoose at the top of the key, but instead Shade drives to her left, takes it all the way in. She's fouled. She'll shoot 2. Preston Shade, the junior, getting to the line for the first time today for Henley and giving the Hornets a chance at their first points of the game. This is the first time that these two teams have played since March 4th, 2023. That was also an opening round playoff game, which the Indians traveled to Henley High School. Henley wound up winning that game 61-53 back in the 2023 playoffs when handful of these players were just getting their Henley career started. Players like Kennedy Modine and Senya Scappoose and Lily Fussell, they were all freshmen on that team that beat Scappoose in 2023, and they're looking to do it again today, and they get started on the right foot. A perfect trip to the line for Preston Shade gives Henley 2 points, and they're up a minute into this one. Bounce pass goes into Humbird, tries to get it underneath to Kessie, going to work down low against Schroeder. They kick it back out to Brainerd. Brainerd now on the right wing into the hands of Johnson. Shade guards her out there. Now up top to Kessie. Kessie trying to get it down low to Humbird, but it's poked free by Schroeder. Schroeder against Kessie in the fast break. Off the window, it won't go. The rebound is fought for down underneath. The held ball will give Henley possession. 6:28 to go in the first quarter. And Henley leads 2-0 in this opening round playoff matchup. Henley this season averaging just a shade over 72 points per ball game as they turn it over on the inbound pass. It was poked free by Johnson. Fussell gets on the deck, tries to wrestle it away from her, and now we're going to call a travel against Lily Fussell. And so it's going to be Kayla Brainerd to inbound. As I was saying, Henley averaging 72 points per game on offense this season, nearly creating a turnover. Scappoose averaging about 42 points per game on offense this season. Preston Shade able to get a steal in the open court, gets fouled before the shot as She just reached in and stole that ball from Emily Kessie. Went up, was fouled, but again, it was on the floor, so no free throws yet for Shade, although she is perfect from the line thus far in a small sample size, 2 of 2, and that's Henley's lead. 6:12 yet to go in the first quarter. Shade gets it down low to Schroeder, cutting in close. Schroeder puts it up and in for 2, and Henley's got a 4-point advantage 2 minutes into the ball game. Now to inbound for Scappoose is Brainerd. Tries to get it in on the far side to Humbird. Henley on a light press here, trying to make it hard for the Indians to bring the ball into the front court. Here's Emily Kessie driving the left side, met in the paint by Schroeder, trying to get rid of it, but Schroeder comes up with another steal. Henley outnumbered in the fast break, but Schroeder powers through anyway, uses the glass to score, and Henley up 6-0, 5:41 to go in the first quarter. And again, here on a press, we've got timeout Indians. Coach Craig Moore calling that one with 5:37 to go in the first quarter. Henley a 6-point lead. Back with more next on mybasin.com.
What are your goals? To get stronger, move better, feel healthier? Whatever you are aiming for, Harbor Isles is here to help you. They have brand new cardio and strength equipment. Harbor Isles offers indoor tennis courts, 4 indoor pickleball courts, energizing group classes, expert personal trainers, and a friendly, knowledgeable staff ready to guide you every step of the way. No matter what your goals are, Harbor Isles has everything you need to reach those goals. Stop by and see the difference for yourself. Harbor Isles, lose those reins and get your gains.
Welcome back to the OSAA On Point Community Credit Union 4A girls basketball postseason on mybasin.com. Here we are, 5:37 to go in the first quarter. Henley leads Scappoose 6-0, and the Indians start with the basketball. Brainerd to inbound. She's going to get it in the backcourt to Emily Kessie. Trying to bring the ball up, bothered by Shade all the way up. Defensive aggression has led to early turnovers and 4 Henley points in the early part of this ball game. Here, top of the key, Humbird. She's going to be guarded by Kennedy Modine driving in. Tries to get the pass off to Kessie, but too much on that pass. It goes out of bounds, and the Hornets get possession back with 5:18 to go in the first quarter. Here's Preston Shade. She'll inbound for the Hornets. Shade will get it into Modine. She's still right there on the baseline as Lux Johnson pressures her. The Indians try to jump her in the backcourt to force a turnover, and in fact they do. Shade gives it away into the hands of Humbird. She drives inside. A right elbow jumper from Humbird is off the mark, but she chases down her own miss. Gives it up top of the key to Emily Kessie for a straightaway triple. It finds its way home, and Scappoose is on the board with a three-pointer made by Emily Kessie. All right, into the front court go the Hornets. Modine, shovel pass underneath to Campos. It hangs on the rim, won't go. Campos gets her own miss, puts it back up, and is fouled. And so Senya Campos to the line for a pair for Henley. Right now the score 6-3. 4:45 to go in the first quarter. And J.C. Ladner, Shoshani Pappas getting set to check in at the next stoppage. Or after this free throw, I suppose, from Senya. And it also looks like got a sub getting set to check in for the Indians. It's Lila Malloy, the senior. First free throw from Campos was good. Our broadcast today on the OSAA On Point Community Credit Union 4A girls basketball playoffs brought to you in part by our local Toyota dealers. They partner with the Oregon School Activities Association. So today's broadcast brought to you in part by Klamath Falls Toyota. It's a perfect trip to the line there for Campos. Score now 8-3, 4:41 to go in the first quarter. The Indians get it into the front court. Here's the pass top of the key to Johnson. She tries to direct a little bit of traffic as the freshman Pappas comes out to guard her. Now on the right wing, here's Malloy. Malloy trying to drive into the middle of the floor. Stops about 13 feet out, then feeds Johnson in the corner. Drives inside, puts up a shot from about 10 feet out, but it's no good. And Michaela Schroeder cleans up the miss. Gives it up to Preston Shade in the backcourt. She's guarded by Brainerd on her way up the floor. Shade loses it for a moment, and a 10-second violation in the backcourt is going to be a turnover. Shade unable to bring it up, guarded just one-on-one by Brainerd, applying pressure. And that's going to cause a turnover, and the Indians will have it in their front court. It'll be Brainerd to inbound. 8-3 our score, 4:12 to go in the first. The inbound pass goes to Johnson. She's got it there on the right side. Hands it off to Malloy. Now zips the pass near side to Kessie. Then in the corner to Brainerd. Brainerd gives it back up top to Kessie. Then they throw it in the corner to Johnson. A right wing three is good. And that's 2 made triples now in this game for the Scappoose Indians. That time off the hands of Lux Johnson, the sophomore with her first points. Preston Shade is going to travel. She tried to run right into the Scappoose player who stood her ground. She took an extra step, and there's your travel. That's back-to-back turnovers for the Hornets without them even able to get the ball into the front court. So the Indians a chance to tie the game or take a lead on a made triple here with 3:48 to go in the first quarter. Here on the right side is Malloy. She's going to hand it off to Brainerd, head of the key. Now to the hands of Emily Kessie. They try to feed Brainerd down on the left block, but active hands by Lily Fissell knocked that ball free. Fissell is the last one to touch it, so the Indians keep possession. 25 seconds on the shot clock, 3:37 on the game clock, at a 2-point ball game. Brainerd trying to get the inbound pass. She's able to find Malloy, then kicks it up top to Kessie. Kessie guarded by Pappas beyond the arc. Now to the hands of Malloy, up top to Brainerd, then on the wing to Johnson. Back up top to Brainerd, uncontested three, but she leaves it short. Preston Shade chases down the miss, and the Hornets are able to make it into the front court, trying to feed Ladner on the drive, off the window for two. JC Ladner is on the board with 3:17 to go in the first quarter, and she was fouled. So a free throw coming up for JC Ladner. I missed the whistle over how loud this gym just got. We've also got a sub coming in for Henley. Senya Campos going to replace Shoshani Pappas. We're also going to see Aubrey Haas replace Emily Kessie. All right, one free throw coming up for JC Ladner, trying to complete the three-point play, and she leaves the free throw short. The rebound is picked up by the Indians. And here they come from right to left. Racing into the paint, Johnson the other way, stops on the block, gives it up top to Malloy, who drives into the middle of the floor, puts up a shot from 6 feet. It won't go. The rebound wrestled away by Schroeder. Instead, they're going to call a held ball where possession favors Scappoose. Schroeder had possession of the basketball. 3 Indians were around her with their hands on it. But that's tough play down low by Schroeder, even though Henley doesn't win possession there. The inbound pass goes to Malloy on the block, tries to give it back out to Johnson. Now down underneath to Malloy. She kicks it up top to Johnson for a right wing three. It hits back iron, and the rebound falls to Schroeder. Schroeder throwing it ahead to Ladner. She's got it here on the right wing. Fields a double team, now gives it up to Campos. The Hornets going to try to slow things down. Campos dribbling into the middle of the floor, gets tied up. They're going to call a foul against the Indians. And that will put Henley in the bonus and shooting free throws the rest of the way. Senya Campos at the line this time. She's a perfect 2 for 2 so far on the ball game. Like I said, the senior playing only for the second time in her career against the Indians. The first was in the 2023 postseason, in which Henley was able to defeat Scappoose. But if Henley's able to win this game and advance on to the Elite Eight at Forest Grove High School, this class that has, Lily Fissell, Senya Campos, and Brooklyn Conrad wasn't on varsity for all 4 years. You've also got Kennedy Modine in that class as well, who are looking to make it 4 consecutive state tournament bids for that class, and that would be extremely impressive. Still, of course, a lot of basketball yet to be played against a quality 12 seed in the Indians. The inbound pass goes to Lux Johnson. And a foul in the open floor. Going to charge the foul to Campos. And now to inbound will be Kayla Brainerd. Tries to get it up top to Haas. She zips the pass on the near wing. Here's Malloy. Malloy lofting it the other way into the hands of Brainerd. Brainerd takes it on the right side, tries to bounce it into the corner, but it's taken away by Fissell. She gives it up to Shade. Pressured in the backcourt, Shade is able to make it to the top of the key, then gives it up to Ladner on the right side, dumping it to Schroeder in close. Schroeder off the glass and up and in for 2. Michaela Schroeder, she's going to have to be the key tonight for Henley, as she just got her 6th point and her team up to a 13-6 advantage with 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Pass comes to the near side to Malloy, then in the corner to Johnson. Guarded there by JC Ladner. They bounce it back out to Malloy. She brings it around, head of the key. Now to the hands of Brainerd. There on the corner, here's Haas. Back up top to Brainerd. Tries to drive the left block. Goes in against Schroeder. She'll be fouled. And I think they're going to charge the foul to JC Ladner on the shot. And so it will send Kayla Brainerd to the line. Brainerd, a junior, stands 5'5". gives us an opportunity to remind you that Hometown Ticketing is the official ticketing partner of the Oregon School Activities Association. So if you plan on attending a high school playoff event of any sport at any school this year, you'll have to visit osaa.org/tickets, as it's gone completely digital with Hometown Ticketing. Split trip at the line for Kayla Brainerd. The junior trims the deficit to 6 points for the Indians. And Shade will inbound to Senya Campos. Senya will be fouled in the open floor and will shoot free throws. Campos is 3 of 4 at the line so far in this game. The senior, a couple more chances here. Our broadcast locally brought to you in part by the folks at Geno's on East Main Street. They're open up every single morning at 6:30, serving up their famous breakfast burritos. Those are served all day long, along with other menu items like burgers, monthly specials, and Italian favorites. You can order online at ilovegenos.com or have it brought right to you with DoorDash. First free throw from Campos was good. Shoshani Pappas checks in. She'll replace Lily Fassell. And Henley's next free throw. Campos finds the bottom of the bucket there. 15-7. 1:43 to go in the first quarter. Inbound pass intended for Kessie, taken away by Schroeder. Now Campos has it up top, head of the key, guarded there by Kessie, trying to drive the left side, looking for Schroeder down low. She picks that one from the treetops and scores. Michaela Schroeder using her size advantage for 2 points there. She's got 8 of them so far in this one, and Henley up by 10 here in the first quarter. Brainerd on the right side, giving it to Haas. Haas throws it in the near corner. They try to get the pass down low to Brainerd again, but her shot bothered. Pappas tries to save it from going out, although she was on the baseline. And we've got some subs coming in for the Indians. Welcome to the ballgame, Andre Nolan. And it looks like Bailey Humbert has returned to the contest for the Indians. Inbound pass. Brainerd with the honor on the baseline. She tries to get it up top to Humbert. She triggers a deep three. It won't go. The rebound is going to go out of bounds. Henley will get possession back. 1:08 to go in the first quarter. And there's time on the floor. We got a sub coming in. Do we have a sub? No? Maybe not? Okay. Thought we might, but we do not. Instead, the inbound pass goes to Schroeder. She gives it right back to Shade, and the Hornets into the front court. They throw it to Pappas in the near corner. She tries to drive baseline, but the freshman is stopped there by Layla Malloy. Now they give it back up to Shade. Shade bothered by Kessie. They dump it to Schroeder on the elbow. Schroeder has a little bit of room. Head fakes a free throw line jumper before driving inside, barreling her way to the cup and scoring, plus the foul. Michaela Schroeder hungry in this first quarter. She adds 2 more and a chance at a third after that foul. Can't keep her off the block. And again, as she goes, the Hornets go as well, especially when she can rebound and score like she is here in the first quarter. Schroeder's free throw is good. 20-7, Henley in front, 48 seconds to go in the first quarter. Here's Kayla Brainerd. Brainerd throws it here on the left side to Humbert, then in the corner to Malloy. Malloy guarded by Campos. Campos bumped off the ball, a little bit frustrated, but they get the ball into Humbert. Humbert from 8 feet out throws up a wild shot. It won't go, and the ball goes out of bounds. Henley will get possession back. The shot clock goes dark with 28 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Preston Shade, inbound pass goes to Schroeder. Schroeder going to give it back to Shade, racing into the front court. Shade has it there on the left side, gives it up to Campos, head of the key. Campos, underhand dish to Pappas. Pappas gets the free throw line, then the right block, dancing to the cup, off the iron, no. Schroeder with the rebound, and she's fouled on the floor. And so Michaela Schroeder going to be shooting a couple more free throws here. And this is what you think should be typical for Michaela Schroeder, which is a ton of free throws, although it usually is not typical for her because whistle oftentimes light officiating Schroeder. She's one of those players that has such a size mismatch against so many other players in our league and in the state that, to be truthful, she probably gets fouled every possession, but you can only call it so often. But here, they're giving her chances at the line. She missed the first free throw, but she's got a second one. That one is good. 21-7, 13 seconds to go in the first quarter. Humbird bringing it up the far side of the floor for the Indians. Races into the paint, now 8 seconds. Bounces it to Nolan. Nolan gives it back out to Humbird. She tries a three. It's no good. Henley gets a rebound with 1 second left in the quarter, but they won't get a shot off. Instead, they'll carry a 21-7 lead to the second quarter of the OSAA On Point Community Credit Union 4A Girls Basketball Playoffs on mybasin.com.
At Geno's on East Main Street, we're always ready for sports season.
And now is a perfect time to connect with us.
We're open every morning at 6:30, serving simply good food
For your breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
We offer breakfast burritos and burgers all day, Italian family recipes,
Monthly specials, amazing desserts, and of course, your choice of cold or hot beverages.
Call 884-6474 right now to place a food order for pickup or use DoorDash delivery.
Or best of all, come dine in with us.
Geno's on East Main, simply good food.
Check out our full menu and all our activities at ilovegenos.com. Geno's on East Main, simply good food.
All right, we welcome you back to the OSAA On Point Community Credit Union 4A Girls Basketball postseason today on mybasin.com. Henley up after one quarter, 21-7 against the Scappoose Indians. Lily Fassell starts us out with a missed three-pointer out of the break, and the Indians get the basketball back. Today's broadcast at the OSAA On Point Community Credit Union 4A Girls Basketball Playoff brought to you, of course, by On Point Community Credit Union, Oregon's largest locally headquartered credit union. Visit On Point CU today. All right, top of the key, here's Brainerd for the Indians. She gives it up here on the left side to Johnson. Johnson's bumped from behind by Fassell. And again, we talk about the whistle tightening up a little bit more here in the postseason than the regular season. That's to be expected. And not only here at home, but of course, whomever makes it up to the state tournament in Forest Grove, it's just called a little bit tighter this time of year, which I think, if you're consistent, is a good thing. All right, Johnson brings it along the right side. She's going to hand it off to Kessie. Finds her way into the paint. High off the window, but she misses wide left. Michaela Schroeder pulls down the rebound, gives it up to Shade. Shade bumped a little bit in the backcourt, but no whistle there. Now here she comes on the right side. Shade throws it into the corner here to Modine. Down low to Schroeder. She goes to work on the right block. Up with the shot. She gets it to go through contact. That's kind of what I'm talking about with Schroeder, too. She doesn't feel the contact in the paint. You got to keep her from position, or otherwise she'll make you pay for it. Henley up 23-7. Here's Kessie. Gives it up top to Johnson. Johnson guarded tightly by Shade, but Johnson beats her to the cup all the way in. Fassell with the block from behind. Gives it up to Schroeder. Schroeder outnumbered 1-on-3 in the fast break. Gives it out to Fassell on the wing. She fires one from 17 feet, leaves it short, and the Indians get the ball back. Here's Johnson. Rifling the pass ahead to Malloy on the wing. Finds some space in the middle. High off the window, doesn't go. The rebound is collected by the Indians. They give it out to Emily Kessie, who knocks down a long two for the first points of the game, or the second quarter rather, for the Indians. 23-9, 6:15 to go before halftime, and the Hornets turn it over, trying to hurry up the offense a little bit. Indians come the other way, driving inside. Grace Kessie barrels through a defender on her way up for 2 points. And Grace Kessie on the board with her first two. It's now 23-11, 6 minutes to go in the second quarter. Here's Preston Shade spinning around to the right side. Goes up with a shot, no good. The rebound scrambled for on the right block. Nobody has it yet. Finally, it's a held ball where possession favors the Indians. Pretty good crowd tonight for the Henley student section. They ran a promotion tonight where the first, I believe, 100 K through 12 kids through the door get in for free. They're entered in for a chance at a raffle. The first so many Henley kids were entered into a raffle for Dutch Bros gift cards, too. Sometimes it's hard to get high schoolers out to a game on a Saturday, but the swarm has certainly showed up tonight. Here on the right side, it's Grace Kessie. She drives the baseline, and Schroeder is going to foul her. Yep, it is Schroeder on the foul. Didn't quite see the designation from the official, but got the confirmation from Mr. Bob Shambros, our public address announcer in the Hornets' Nest. 5:37 to go in the second quarter. 23-11, Henley leads the Indians. Inbound pass goes to Grace Kessie on the right side. She's going to hand it off to Emily Kessie. Emily taking the drive left, denying a handoff, and now into the hands of Johnson. Johnson inside the arc, gives it out to Grace Kessie, beats her defender, but is fouled on the floor. That was a good take. I think she got tripped up by somebody. They're going to call it on Pappas. And that is the third Henley team foul. Only 2.5 minutes gone here in the period. To inbound will be Brainerd, trying to find anybody. In fact, they get it to Grace Kessie. They try to give it to Johnson underneath. Ladner intercepts the pass, but she was standing out of bounds. And so the Indians will get a break there, keep possession of the basketball with 5:19 to go in the first half, and they trail 23-11. Brainerd inbounding again, looks in underneath close. Schroeder gets tied up with Kessie down low. It's a held ball. Possession favors Henley. And we've got a timeout called by the Indians. We'll take it with them again. 23-11. Henley in front. 5:16 to go in the second quarter. The OSAA On Point Community Credit Union 4A girls basketball playoffs on mybasin.com.
The Klamath Basin is beautiful, from shimmering Klamath Lake to rich farmlands to the historic downtown. And with an average of over 300 days of sunshine every year, the Klamath Basin is a great place to be. We here at Basin Media Active have been supporting this community for many years, keeping it entertained and informed with friendly faces and familiar voices. You can stay up to date with the latest news, weather, stream live local sports, and check out our community calendar, all on our website, mybasin.com. And you can download our app for free in your app store right now. Basin Media Active, local community engaged.
Welcome back to the OSAA On Point Community Credit Union 4A girls basketball playoffs on mybasin.com. Henley up over Scappoose 23-11. Shoshani Pappas fields a double team, gets rid of it, and it's taken away by Scappoose. A scramble for it on the far side of the floor, won by the Indians. Kessie spins her way into the paint and puts up a 2-point jumper. It's now back down to a 10-point lead for Henley. I believe that was Grace Kessie, who's now scored her 4th point of the ball game, and nearly another turnover. Ball loose in the backcourt, picked up by Brainerd. She goes up against Schroeder, and Schroeder fouls her, so Brainerd is going to the line for 2. And a seemingly so far successful timeout called by Coach Craig Moore. It was right out of the break. Scappoose scored 2 points, created a turnover, and now they've got an opportunity at 2 more. With Brainerd at the line, she split a previous trip, 1 for 2, and she misses this one here. A couple subs in for both teams. Lily Fassell, Preston Shade in for Henley. Bailey Humbird back in for the Indians. She will replace Lila Malloy, I believe. Yep, there she is. Malloy to the bench. All right, second free throw left short. Michaela Schroeder picks up the rebound. The Indians pressuring the Hornets in the backcourt. Here's Shade with it, trying to race along the far side of the floor. Shade up top of the key. Bounces it to Modine in the center of the floor. Modine tries on the drive. She loses it, and a tie-up is going to favor Scappoose. Good aggressive defense being played here by the Indians, not giving Henley anything easy. Michaela Schroeder's got the bulk of the Hornets' points so far. When they're able to get the ball into her, it's hard to stop, but the Indians trying to do a better job of just denying that action entirely. Here's Lux Johnson on the left wing. It's poked free by Shade. The Indians will keep it. 14 points so far for Schroeder by my count. She's still outscoring the Indians herself, and again, that's got to be the focal point right now. They give it up top to Grace Kessie. Kessie trying to drive in against Schroeder. Gets to that right block, spinning around. They feed Brainerd underneath. A well-designed play leads to 2 for Kayla Brainerd. It's now 23-15. 4 minutes to go in the first half. Here's Preston Shade throwing it in the near corner to Kennedy Modine. Modine fields a light double team, trying to get it to Campos. Instead, it finds its way to Fassell, who lays it up off the glass cleanly for 2. Lily Fassell with her first 2 points tonight. It's now 25-15. Henley leads. 3:49 to go in the second quarter. Here's Emily Kessie. Gives it to Lux Johnson, head of the key. Johnson driving now the right lane, gets by Shade, stops in the point, puts up a shot, and it's tipped out by the Hornets. J.C. Ladner back out onto the floor for Henley. Kennedy Modine goes to the bench. And Scappoose set to inbound. Here's Kayla Brainerd looking up top to Grace Kessie. Throws it on the wing to Emily Kessie, guarded there by Lily Fassell. Kessie. Schroeder switches on to her. They try to feed it down underneath. A scramble for the basketball was last touched by Scappoose, and Henley will get possession. It was Grace Kessie and Preston Shade who got tied up trying to chase down that basketball. But, in fact, it was the Indians who last touched it, so Henley gets a break there. 3:30 to go before halftime and a 10-point lead for the Hornets. Senya Campos now to the front court, trying to look to Fussell here on the near wing. Fussell a jab step, but it's poked free, and there you see the active hands coming through for Scappoose, stopping the Fussell drive, and a foul is going to be called on Scappoose. They try to knock free a pass intended for Preston Shade and then run into Shade in doing so. And so we will have an inbound play here for Henley on the sideline. But first, Scappoose is going to check in Aubrey Haas. They're going to send Humbird to the bench. Here's Shade to inbound, looks in the backcourt to Ladner. She catches there and crosses the timeline. Ladner trying to go to work against Haas. Has it now, top of the key. Handoff pass to Fussell. Drives in the middle of the floor. Right-handed layup, no. Fussell gets her own miss and is fouled on the putback. 2 free throws coming up here for Lily Fussell. Want to welcome in all the folks from around the state of Oregon who are tuning in for tonight's broadcast. We're the only game happening in the 4A postseason right now. Set to start at 2 o'clock. Number 7 Cascade taking on LeGrand. Most of the other games later on in the day. At 3 o'clock, Marist hosts Madras. At 4 o'clock, 2 games get going. Baker hosts the Dalles and Seaside hosts Pendleton. At 5 o'clock tonight, number 1 Staten plays Klamath Union. Then Malala and Philomath will follow that afterwards. Fussell split her trip at the line, but the offensive rebound after the miss was put back up and in by Michaela Schroeder. And so the score now 28-15 in favor of the Hornets. 2:50 to go in the second quarter. Here, driving into the middle of the floor is Malloy. She double dribbles. And at a turnover will give Henley the basketball. And if you're looking ahead on the bracket, as I talk about all those games that are still yet to be played today, the one that either Indians or Hornets fans want to pay attention to, that's the 4 versus 13 matchup between Marist and Madras, which starts here at 3 o'clock. Here's Senya Campos on the baseline, driving in. She's fouled and shooting 2. Again, most of these other games from around the state brought to you on the NFHS network, the typical place where you find high school sports in the state of Oregon. We're able to bring this game to you for free thanks in large part to the Henley Booster Club. As you get to this time of year, the OSAA requires us to pay a rights fee to broadcast playoff games, but the Henley Booster Club able to step up and help us out with that so we can keep these broadcasts for you and all the fans who are watching today free on mybasin.com. Campos hit the first free throw. She's got a second one on the way. And that one rims out. The rebound chased down by the Indians. 29-15. 2.5 to go in the second quarter. Here's Johnson. Johnson trying to roll it out to Nolan, but it's taken away by Fussell. The Hornets have numbers in transition. Ladner on the break, up off the glass. No. Schroeder, the putback. It hangs on the rim and goes. 31-15, Michaela Schroeder having a fantastic first half in the opening round of the postseason. Here's Aubrey Haas, gives it up in the corner to Malloy. Now back to Haas. She tries to drive in the middle of the floor. Kicks the pass to Nolan. They try to give it back to Haas at the free throw line. Turnaround jumper not going to go. The rebound won by Schroeder. Out muscling all the other rebounders there for the Indians. The pass goes to the front court to Campos. No look pass to Fussell. Reverse layup, no. Campos gets her own miss. She backs out on the left side of the floor. A deep 3 for Campos. Won't go. Schroeder the rebound. No. Put back. Another rebound by Schroeder. Hornets can't be denied on the glass. They get a 4th chance here. Ladner trying to look to Schroeder underneath. Now up top to Campos. Another deep 3. Yes, ma'am. She got it. Campos with her first make from the field, and it puts Henley up by 19 with 1:19 to go in the second quarter. Here's Lux Johnson, throws it on the near wing to Haas, then out of bounds. It was poked out by Lily Fussell, so Scappoose keeps it. And we've got a sub coming in for the Indians. Here's Emily Kessie. And if you're unfamiliar with Henley basketball, that last possession you saw pretty much sums it up. Offensive rebounds, and eventually you hope to find the bottom of the bucket. That one poked out by Ladner on the inbound. And Michaela Schroeder, obviously the key to that offensive attack and game plan for Henley. It's what allows them to play that kind of basketball. Emily Kessie has it here on the left side. Bounces it into the hands of Nolan. Nolan top of the key, looking for Johnson. Taken away by Ladner. JC now into the front court, picks up her dribble, then gives it to Shade, rifles the pass to Schroeder. One-on-one in the paint on the right block. She misses the shot in close, then up over 4 Indians, she gets the rebound. How about a third chance for Schroeder? Yes. Third time is the charm for Michaela Schroeder. You give her 3 looks, she'll make you pay for one of them. 36-15 the score here in the first half. 40 seconds to go. Here's Malloy. Malloy skates to the cup. A fancy step and score for Lila Malloy, her first points of the day. Pass comes to Fussell on the wing. Sets her feet for a triple. Take it to the bank. Lily Fussell with 3 points. She's now got 6 in the ball game. 22 seconds remaining in the first half. 39-17. Trying to get it down low to Johnson. Johnson driving the baseline. Up with the shot. She'll be fouled by Schroeder. Oh, they're actually charging that one to Campos. I didn't think Campos was near that play, but I guess she saved a foul from Schroeder. So ultimately, I think the Hornets will take it. The first free throw is good. That was off the hands of Lux Johnson. She's now got 4 points tonight and a second free throw coming, trying to trim it to a 20-point deficit. Second free throw is going to rim out. Schroeder battles for the board. Gives it up to Shade with 10 seconds. Now 8. Shade into the front court to Fussell on the wing. Fires with 5 seconds. Hard rebound off the backboard. The Indians get it. They don't have time to get up a shot, and they won't. We'll head to halftime. The Hornets in front by 21. 39-18 as we head to the Harbor Isles Tennis and Fitness Club halftime show at the OSAA On Point Community Credit Union 4A Girls Basketball Playoffs on mybasin.com.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck, yes. That'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Oregon, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
At Geno's on East Main Street, we're always ready for sports season.
And now is a perfect time to connect with us.
We're open every morning at 6:30, serving simply good food
for your breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
We offer breakfast burritos and burgers all day, Italian family recipes,
monthly specials, amazing desserts, and of course, your choice of cold or hot beverages.
Call 884-6474 right now to place a food order for pickup or use DoorDash delivery.
Or best of all, come dine in with us.
Geno's on East Main, simply good food.
Check out our full menu and all our activities at ilovegenos.com. Geno's on East Main, simply good food.
Pacific Power works day in and day out to power our communities because we know our neighbors rely on us. We're trimming and clearing branches around poles and lines, protecting our system, and giving you real-time updates when storms roll in. You can count on us in all seasons. 24/7, we're here for you. Powering your greatness.
Welcome to halftime at the OSAA On Point Community Credit Union 4A Girls Basketball State Tournament. We got some great moves coming out from Klamath Falls City Police and the Klamath County Sheriff's Office, as well as the Henley High School cheer team here at halftime. Harbor Isles Tennis and Fitness Club halftime show, brought to you, of course, by Harbor Isles Tennis and Fitness Club. They exist to provide a clean, multi-use facility for the advancement of health, wellness, and longevity to their members and the community. We invite you to join Harbor Isles, where they feature top-of-the-line equipment, full-service personal training, and an array of group exercise classes. 39-18, our score at halftime, and the Hornets have been fueled by Michaela Schroeder. The sophomore has 20 first-half points. She's helped out by 8 from Senya Campos, 6 from Lily Fussell, 2 from JC Ladner and Preston Shade. Those your scorers through the first half for the Henley Hornets. For the Scappoose Indians, they are led right now by Emily Kessie. She's got 5. 4 each for Grace Kessie and Lux Johnson. 3 for Kayla Brainerd and 2 for Lila Malloy. Your scorers there for the Scappoose Indians. You can tell by the scoring, it's pretty much been the Michaela Schroeder show through a lot of this first half. 20 first half points. When the Indians are able to deny getting the ball to her inside, which they did for stretches of the first quarter and a little bit in the second quarter, they were able to make things close. At one point, trimming a 13-point lead to a 9-point lead. At one point, I believe, brought us down from up 20 to back down to a 15-point game. So they've gone stretches being able to deny that ball inside to Schroeder. But, man, once she gets it in close, she's going to make you pay for it. And through 16 minutes so far, she certainly has. Her Hornets are up 39-18 at halftime. We're going to step aside here briefly on our Harbor Isles Tennis and Fitness Club halftime show. When we come back, we'll tell you what the other Basin teams have been up to in their postseason plans, as well as what else is happening in the 4A girls bracket. Stick around for more from Henley High School at the OSAA On Point Community Credit Union 4A girls basketball playoffs on mybasin.com.
So lonely, I just sigh and moan. Seems like I've been away forever, wondering if you're coming home. I just saw your face, I know you're coming home. I swear there is no place home. And then I heard your voice. I know you're coming home. I know you're coming home.
This is where unconditional love and immeasurable happiness reside. This is home. Coltwell Banker, where home begins.
Josh Eldridge back with you on mybasin.com for continuing coverage of the OSAA On Point Community Credit Union 4A girls basketball postseason. At halftime, Henley leads 39-18. Want to check on some other games that I've been paying attention to for Basin High Schools. Want to offer congratulations to the Cross Point Christian boys basketball team, who were able to defeat South Wasco County earlier this morning and claim 4th place at the 1A state tournament. Came away with a 49-45 win there. Want to say congratulations to the KU boys for making the postseason out of the Skyline Conference, although they wound up losing last night to top-seeded Scappoose 61-48. By the way, for you Skyline Conference fans out there, Hidden Valley, the number 15 team, defeated number 2 Newport last night 80-62. So the Mustangs are heading on to Forest Grove High School to represent the Skyline Conference on the boys' side. The Lady Hornets trying to represent them on the girls' side, and also still yet to play later on today. The Klamath Union Lady Pelicans will start at 5 o'clock as they try to pull off an upset against number 1 Staten up there in the northern part of the state. The Pels tip it off against the Eagles again at 5 o'clock tonight. Also want to offer congratulations to the Oregon Tech Lady and Hustlin' Owls, who each earned trips to the NAIA National Tournament. The Oregon Tech men are off to Fullerton, California, where they will run into 6-seeded Kaiser from Florida. The Lady Owls are off to McKenzie, Tennessee, where they will play number 9-seeded Hutchinson from Indiana. And that will be played a week from yesterday. And you'll be able to hear those games on our radio stations. Follow along on mybasin.com. Still a second half of action to go today for the Henley Hornets and the Scappoose Indians as we wrap up our Harbor Isles Tennis and Fitness Club halftime show. The score is 39-18. We'll be back with second half action next at the OSAA On Point Community Credit Union 4A Girls Basketball State Tournament.
What are the best words you can hear tonight?
Order ready for Susan.
And if you hear those words at Abby's, you know it's going to be a legendary meal. Your pizza is loaded with toppings to the edge, premium ingredients, and real cheese. Yeah, baby. Gather with friends, play some video games, and watch the big game on TV. That's made Abby's a legendary pizza tradition for generations. And when you're ready to hear those magic words,
Tom, your order's ready.
You know where to go. You're always welcome at Abby's.
There's something special about this place. It's more than the quiet mornings and the open skies. It's more than the scenery. It's the people. Around here, people still wave when you pass by. They check in when something's wrong. They show up when it matters. At Sage Credit Union, we're proud to live and work in a region that believes in each other. A place where neighbors lend a hand, small businesses thrive, and generosity runs deep. We believe that being part of a community means giving back to it, not just with dollars, but with time, effort, and heart. That's why our employees earn paid volunteer time. That's why you'll see us at food drives, fundraisers, and the local fair. We show up for our community. This isn't just where we work. This is where we live, where we give, and where we grow. Right here, in the coffee shop, at the fundraiser, and in our local branch. At Sage Credit Union, we've found our people. We'll see you around town.
Over the last year, you've heard and seen the advertisement for God's Gifts 2, a local photographer who travels to high school sporting events and takes individual and team action photos at a great price. Something you may not know, though, is that the money from God's Gifts Photography supports 6 children in Kenya who Annalisa has met on mission trips. If you'd like to capture your athlete in action and help support these kids, call 541-281-2206. Search God's Gifts 2 on Facebook.
Josh Eldridge here, welcoming you back to the OSAA On Point Community Credit Union 4A Girls Basketball Postseason. Brought to you live on mybasin.com. Thanks again to the Henley Booster Club for keeping this broadcast free for everybody watching today. If you want to support the Henley Booster Club, just come on by Henley High School. They're always selling stuff at the merch table, or just make a donation. Make it out to the Henley Booster Club. Not only do they help us get our broadcast on the air for you for free, that's pretty much the least of what they do, to be honest with you, supporting all these student athletes here at Henley High School, whether it's the athletes or the activities and all the sports and all the things that they do. Much love to the Henley Booster Club for helping us out with the broadcast today. Getting ready to start the third quarter of action today from Henley High School. 39-18 the score. The Hornets lead, and the 5 on the floor for Henley to start this third quarter. Preston Shade, Kennedy Modine, Michaela Schroeder, Lily Fussell, and Senya Campos out there for the Indians. Hold on, Modine triggers a 3 right away, won't get it. All right, here we go. For the Indians, it's going to be their 5 starters. Lux Johnson, Kayla Brainerd, Bailey Humbird, Grace Kessie, and Emily Kessie. With it now, up top of the key is Lux Johnson. She finished her first half with 4 points. Trying to get it down low to Grace Kessie. She's denied at the cup by Fussell. Schroeder with the rebound. She has it poked free by the Indians, and so the Hornets will keep possession. The Indians led in scoring in the first half by their sophomore, number 22, Emily Kessie. And the Hornets, of course, led by their number 15, Michaela Schroeder. She had 20 first half points. Fussell feeding Campos down low, falling away from the cup. She can't get it to go. And Kessie cleans up the rebound. And probably should have been a kickball violation there, but instead Johnson able to pick it up and bring it into the front court. Here is Emily Kessie, giving it up on the right wing to Brainerd. Now on the left side to Humbird. Zips it into the corner to Johnson. Down underneath to Kessie. She lays it up off the window for 2. And she's now got 7 points in the contest. Trims the deficit 39-20. Senya Campos has it at the free throw line, tries a jumper, it's not going to go. Fussell pulls down the miss, battles through some contact for the putback, no. How about a third chance for the Hornets? Give them 3 chances, and they're going to score 2, 41-20. Henley back out in front by 21 points. Preston Shade looking for the steal, picks Kessie's pocket. Now on the right side, takes it all the way in, high off the window for 2. Preston Shade's now got 4 points in the contest. Henley out in front, 43-20. Emily Kessie trying to drive the far side of the floor. She has it there, guarded by Fussell. Modine pokes the pass free, all alone on the break. Modine cashes in for 2. That's now 45-20. The other way, the Indians are going to turn it over again. Not the start of the third quarter that Coach Moore was looking for, as the Hornets have continued to pile on their lead. 25 points now for the Hornets. 6 minutes remain in the third quarter. Kennedy Modine picks up the dribble in the backcourt, looks for somebody in the backcourt. They find Campos, who saves it from going out. Now to Shade. Shade trying to split the defense, a scramble for the ball on this backside of the court, won by the Indians. They give it up to Humbird in transition, but her lay-in is left short. The rebound is poked out of bounds by Kennedy Modine, And so the Indians will keep possession down underneath their own basket with 5:47 to go in the third quarter, and they trail by 25 points. To inbound is Brainerd, looks up top of the key to Johnson. She splits the defense, goes up off the glass and gets fouled. So Lux Johnson will be shooting a couple of free throws here for the Indians. She's got 4 points already in the game. She made 1 3-pointer in the first half and then also split 1 trip at the line earlier in the contest. Aubrey Haas has checked into the game for the Indians as Lux Johnson misses her first free throw. And second free throw from Johnson is also off the mark. The rebound is picked up by Kessie. Her putback, no. Here's the Indians now with their third chance. A 3-pointer taken and missed by Humbird. Kessie gets a third chance, but now it's won by Schroeder. Kessie saved it from going out, but she gave it right up to Michaela. Now Henley racing the other way. Facel, a baseline jumper, rattles in and out. The rebound tipped out by Schroeder, and the Indians will get it back. 45-20. 5.5 to go in the third quarter. Inbound pass goes to Lux Johnson. Johnson trailed by Modine into the front court. She takes it all the way in on the left block, spins around, puts up a shot, no. The rebound is collected by the Indians in the corner. They try to roll it out to Johnson, but she collects it in the back court. She's able to bring it back up top of the key, guarded there by Campos. Relinquishes the pass to Humbird. They try to bounce it down low to Kessie, but it's lost by the Indians. Out of bounds it goes, and the Hornets get it back. The Hornets going to call timeout before we go any further. They lead 45-20. 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Back with more of the OSAA On Point Community Credit Union 4A Girls Basketball Tournament after this.
Pacific Power works day in and day out to power our communities because we know our neighbors rely on us. We're trimming and clearing branches around poles and lines, protecting our system, and giving you real-time updates when storms roll in. You can count on us in all seasons. 24/7, we're here for you. Powering your greatness.
$45-20 the score. 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Henley in front of Scappoose in the OSAA On Point Community Credit Union 4A Girls Basketball opening round. Kennedy Modine has it there on the far side for Henley. Tries to give it back to Preston Shade. Shade rifles the pass to Campos on the wing. Campos a strong take. Looking for Pappas, but it's taken away by the Indians. That was Aubrey Haas. Haas gives it up to Johnson here on the right side. Johnson trying to direct a little bit of traffic. Gives it up to Haas straight away. Now to the hands of Kessie. Kessie guarded by Schroeder, looking to back her down into the paint. Rifles the pass into the corner to Johnson. She tries a three and misses short. The rebound falls to Preston Shade. Shade looking ahead to Pappas in transition. Pappas not going to get there, but she saves it from going out, only for the Indians to lose it themselves going out of bounds. Kayla Brainerd was trying to get to that basketball, but too much steam behind her. She wound up knocking it back out of bounds. And J.C. Ladner checks in for Henley. I believe Lily Facel back out onto the floor too. Facel will take the inbound pass from the left block, puts up a shot, no. Schroeder there to clean it up. 47-20. Schroeder now with her 22nd point of the game. 4 minutes to go in the third. There's Johnson. She gives it up to Humbird. Humbird loses it to Ladner with a steal. The Hornets have numbers in transition, but it'll stop there as we're going to have a foul called. And let's see. They're going to charge the foul to Grace Kessie. That's the first team foul this period for the Indians. That's the second for her. And again, the score remains 47-20. 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. Shoshani Pappas has it there on the wing. Gives it up to Shade. Shade looking to drive into the middle of the floor. She's met there by 4 Scappoose Indians. Gives it up to Ladner. Skates in amongst traffic. She's not going to get it to go. Schroeder with the rebound. And I'm repeating myself once more. Schroeder, another offensive putback. And an official timeout. We'll take it. 49-20. 3:42 to go in this one. The third quarter, at least. We'll be back with more on mybasin.com.
It's time to reclaim your health and your autonomy. At Heartfelt OBGYN, they focus on you. Their evidence-based approach to care means fewer office visits and a targeted treatment plan to directly address your specific needs. They believe in solutions for their patients, not the industry's profit margin. The providers at Heartfelt OBGYN are committed to serving the community and giving back to the basin. Find them at heartfeltobgyn.com. Heartfelt, because you deserve to be in control of your body and your informed choices. It's time to reclaim your health and your autonomy. At Heartfelt OBGYN, they focus on you. Their evidence-based approach to care means fewer office visits and a targeted treatment plan to directly address your specific needs. They believe in solutions for their patients, not the industry's profit margin. The providers at Heartfelt OBGYN are committed to serving the community and giving back to the basin. Find them at heartfeltobgyn.com. Heartfelt, because you deserve to be in control of your body and your informed choices.
Lux Johnson, accompanied by our trainer off the floor, looking for the best outcome for her as we resume tonight's game in the OSAA On Point Community Credit Union 4A girls basketball postseason. Henley up 49-20 with 3.5 to go in the third quarter against the Scappoose Indians. This one is going to be a foul called against Shoshani Pappas. As we welcome you back to this one. Replacing Johnson on the floor, by the way, was Lila Malloy for the Indians. All right. Brainerd to inbound for Scappoose. They get it top of the key to Haas. She's guarded there by Shade. Pass comes back to Humbird, guarded there by Ladner. Humbird bounces the pass to Kessie on the wing. Schroeder guards her there. Trying to find a room around Schroeder. They rifle the pass to Haas in the corner. Haas trying to drive baseline up with a shot. She's too strong on this shot, but Malloy chases down the rebound. Pass around the horn into the hands of Haas. She drives in low. Pappas pokes it free from behind, and out of bounds it goes. Shot clock stays at 11 seconds for the Indians, as that was a poked ball. Henley never had possession. The Indians got to be aware of that. They're going to have to get a shot off quicker than usual. The inbound pass is going to go into the hands of Haas. Whips it on the wing to Humbird. Humbird taking her time. Has it top of the key. Then to Haas. Then in the corner to Malloy. 5 to shoot. Malloy has it now with 3. With 2, she's not going to shoot. And a shot clock violation for the Indians. And just as I suspected, that still gets teams, even a couple of years into the shot clock, when it won't reset entirely. You have to run a play with 11 seconds, and the Indians couldn't get it off there. Inbound pass goes to Shade. She gives it up to Ladner. Ladner loses it in the open floor. The Indians coming the other way. Pass comes to Humbird on the right wing. Humbird gives it to Kessie. Kessie in the middle of the floor. Spinning around. A shot from 12 falls for Grace Kessie. 49-22. 2.5 to go in the third quarter. Preston Shade has it now for the Hornets. Shade gets it ahead to Schroeder into the front court. Schroeder down low to Facel, making the pass to Ladner. Too much on that pass to Ladner, but she's able to keep control of it. Now here's Pappas head of the key on the wing to Facel for 3. It hits back iron. No. Pappas rebounds it. She has a whole zip code to herself in the paint. And Pappas is able to score her first 2 points. I'm not sure why 9 other players on the floor didn't quite go for that rebound, but Pappas was able to clean it up and score. And now we've got a timeout by the Indians. 51-22. 2 minutes to go in the third at the OSAA On Point Community Credit Union 4A Girls Basketball Playoffs on mybasin.com.
Over the last year, you've heard and seen the advertisement for God's Gifts 2, a local photographer who travels to high school sporting events and takes individual and team action photos at a great price. Something you may not know, though, is that the money from God's Gifts Photography supports 6 children in Kenya who Annalisa has met on mission trips. If you'd like to capture your athlete in action and help support these kids, call 541-281-2206. Search God's Gifts 2 on Facebook.
Welcome back to the OSAA On Point Community Credit Union 4A Girls Basketball Postseason Opening Round on mybasin.com. Brought to you in part by the Henley Booster Club today. I want to give another shout out to them for allowing us to keep this broadcast to you free on mybasin.com. Also want to offer welcome to all the Scappoose Indian fans who've tuned into our broadcast today. Thanks for finding us and sharing you around. As right now it is Henley who leads 51-22 in the opening round of the postseason. 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. And the Indians will start with the basketball. Kayla Brainerd, she'll inbound. And she looks to Kessie head of the key. Ladner's going to foul her, trying to guard the inbound pass. And so that'll be the third Henley team foul, and we'll have basically the same play all over again. Brainerd to inbound here. Brainerd looks in the corner to Haas. Haas now brings it around on the wing, up top into the hands of Kessie. This is now Emily Kessie. Gives it to Haas, now into the hands of Malloy. They are able to find Haas cutting back to the rim. Can't control the pass, it goes out of bounds. It was last touched by Scappoose as it goes out. So Henley maintains possession. Preston Shade now to inbound for Henley. They get it to Fussell. Fussell ahead to Ladner at the logo. Underhand dish to Shade to break the press. Still guarded tightly by Brainerd, top of the key. Brainerd's going to foul her. Reaching in against Shade. Second team foul there for Scappoose. 1:42 to go in the third, and they trail Henley 51-22. We've got a sub in for Scappoose. It's Audrey Nolan. She will replace Kayla Brainerd, who just picked up her fourth foul. All right, here's Ladner with it, top of the key. Looking to Fussell on the right wing. Fussell puts it on the deck, then finds Ladner here on the left side. Ladner trying to drive right into the paint. She is fouled on the drive. And that is the fourth team foul for Scappoose. One more puts Henley in the bonus. That's also the third personal for Grace Kessie. Shade inbounds to Fussell. Fussell left all alone in the corner for three, but she's too strong on the shot. The rebound won by Schroeder. She's got all five players around her, but gets the pass off to Shade, not going to get it to go. And just that alone should show you the gravity that Michaela Schroeder has in this game. Gave a good pass to Shade, an opportunity for her to score, and even though she wasn't able to convert, I mean, that right there should show you what you need to know about Schroeder. Kennedy Modine getting ready to check in as Ladner just picked up her fourth foul. And Pappas heads to the bench as well. Kennedy Modine back into the game for the Hornets. Here come the Indians. Bounce pass intended for Nolan, taken away by Fussell. Lily looking to win a track race, and she can't convert in close. The rebound picked up by the Indians. Here's Kessie spinning around in the backcourt. She brings it up top. Now to the hands of Malloy. A strong take inside, but too strong on the shot, and Schroeder pulls down the miss. They give it up to Shade. Under a minute to go now in the third. Campos on the wing, drives in, strong take. She's fouled, and Senya Campos will go to the line for two. Senya Campos, 5 of 8 at the line so far in this game, and she's got 8 points, along with those 5 free throws. Of course, one made triple, and that one rattles home for her there. 30-point lead for Henley. If it holds, we'll have a running clock for the fourth quarter. Shoshani Pappas checks in Michaela Schroeder to the bench for what I think is the first time today. With 48 seconds to go in the third quarter, she's played every minute so far, and her impact has most certainly been felt in this one. A perfect trip to the line there for Schroeder makes it a 31-point ball game with 48 seconds to go in the third quarter. Bringing it up, here's Lux Johnson, gives it up on the wing to Malloy. Fussell tries to poke it out, but it goes out off of her, and so the Indians will keep possession. Kessie inbounds up top to Malloy. She's got it in her left hand, guarded by Shade. And an off-ball foul is going to be called, I think, against Henley. And it will be Senya Campos. That will also put Scappoose into the bonus, which means the Indians are shooting some free throws here, and it will be Grace Kessie. She's shooting 2. These will be her first free throws of the day. She's got 6 points otherwise. All right, here we go. Free throw is good. Back down to a 30-point deficit. No subs in, so we'll just get a second one coming up here for Grace Kessie. The sophomore stands 5'8" for the number 12 seed Indians. Free throw is up, and it rims out. The rebound is fought for and won by the Hornets. Lily Fussell chases down a long one. Gives it up to Preston Shade into the front court. Now Campos head of the key. Campos is going to be fouled on the drive, which means she'll shoot 2 free throws. Both teams now in the bonus. Scappoose is now 6 of 8 at the line. Now makes another. Seven of 10, and now 8 of 11 at the free throw line for Scappoose. Shot clock is off. 24 seconds remain in the third. Henley up 55-23. Pass goes up top to Kessie. Kessie throws it on the wing into the hands of Malloy. Malloy at the free throw line, stopped there. Now out back to Kessie. Kessie then to Malloy, trying to dump it underneath to Grace Kessie. A turnaround jumper from the left block is not going to go. Ball goes out of bounds. Hornets get one more possession to end the third quarter with 4 4/10 of a second to go in the third. Shade inbounds to Modine. Modine more than half court, not able to get the shot to go, and that will end the third quarter. We'll have a running clock to start the fourth as Henley leads 55-23. Back with more of the OSAA On Point Community Credit Union 4A Girls Basketball Playoffs on mybasin.com.
So lonely, I just sigh and moan. Seems like I've been waiting forever, wondering if you're coming home. I just saw your face, I know you're coming home. I swear there is no place home. And then I heard your voice. I know you're coming home. I know you're coming home.
This is where unconditional love and immeasurable happiness reside. This is home. Coltwell Banker, where home begins.
Welcome back to the OSAA On Point Community Credit Union 4A Girls Basketball Playoffs on mybasin.com. 55-23 as we start the fourth quarter. The Henley Hornets, the number 5 seed, lead the number 12 seed Scappoose Indians. 5 on the floor for Henley. Modine, Shade, Scappoose, Schroeder, and Facel. Out there for Scappoose, it is Nolan, Kessie, Johnson, and Malloy. By the way, good to see Lux Johnson back out onto the floor. She left the game partway through the third quarter, was accompanied by a trainer coming off the floor, but good to see her back out there now in the fourth quarter. And again, running clock here to start the fourth quarter. The clock will only stop for timeouts and for free throws here in the fourth quarter. Senya Scappoose driving in against Kessie. A spin move. Get caught in the spin cycle. Oh, my. Senya Scappoose with a great finish around the cup. 57-23, 7:10 to go in the third quarter. Here's Lux Johnson. She loses it to Shade. Highway robbery, and Shade takes it to the bank for 2. 6 points for Preston, and Henley up 59-23. Here's Johnson. Guarded there again by Shade. They try to get the pass off to Emily Kessie. Kessie bothered by Facel. Now into the hands of Johnson. A left elbow jumper is good for Lux Johnson. 59-25, 6.5 to go. Rifle and a pass ahead to Facel. She leaves it short, and the rebound is picked up by Lila Malloy. Here's Johnson into the front court. Has it on the right. Driving in. She lays it up off the window for 2. Lux Johnson, 4 straight points for her Scappoose Indians. 59-27 the score. 6:15 to go in the fourth quarter. Now, as I understand it, even though Scappoose broke the 30-point margin, once it's in effect, it doesn't go away. And so even though the Indians now within 28, we stay at a running clock as we pass the 6-minute remaining mark in the fourth quarter. Brooklyn Conrad, Shoshani Pappas check into the game. And I believe that's it as Shade goes to the bench with Lily Facel. Quick 3 taken and missed by Modine. A scramble for the rebound underneath is won by Johnson. And so here she comes. Trying to drive the left side. Hand off to Malloy. Has some room into the paint. High off the glass. No. Schroeder with the rebound, and it's going the other way. They're going to call the foul on Is it on Schroeder or is it on Scappoose? I thought Schroeder might have thrown an elbow, but instead they're going to call the foul on Scappoose. 59-27, clock still going. What do we got? We got to stop the clock, I think. What do we got here? Having a discussion with the scorer's table. Are we deciding if that was 4 or 5 fouls, depending on who picked up the foul, I thought. Want to remind you today's broadcast of the OSAA On Point Community Credit Union 4A Girls Basketball postseason is brought to you in part by On Point Community Credit Union, Oregon's largest locally headquartered credit union, serving more than 300,000 members statewide. And charging the foul to Grace Kessie. That is her 5th foul. And she comes off the floor there. Grace Kessie, the sophomore, her season is over. Kennedy Modine in the backcourt here for Henley. Gives it up to Pappas. Game clock resumes, by the way. 5:07 remaining. Senya Campos drives in, has her shot blocked by Lila Malloy at the cup. The Indians come the other way. Here's Brainerd. Johnson has it top of the key. She has some room inside. A nice move put on Pappas, but Johnson too strong on the shot. And here's Schroeder with the rebound. Throws the pass ahead to Modine. The Hornets turning this one into a track race. Brooklyn Conrad, corner 3, no. The rebound is won by Scappoose. Johnson had it poked free for a moment, chases it down, but she's got it back. Johnson with it now between the circles, guarded there by Modine. Drives it right now to the hands of Nolan. Nolan stops at the right elbow, jumps there, no good. Modine collects the miss. Pushes it ahead to Pappas on the far side of the floor. Pappas on the wing now, trying to loft it down low to Schroeder, or was that a shot? I'm not really quite sure, but either way, Scappoose has the ball. 4:15 to go in the third. The other way, here's Deerdorf, and she kicks it in the corner to Brainerd for 3. It doesn't go, and Schroeder pulls down the rebound. Kennedy Modine now for Henley with 4 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Modine kicks it to Conrad in the corner. She tries another 3, not able to get it. Schroeder with the rebound, the putback, and 1. It's been a quieter second half for Michaela Schroeder, but that's still her 6th point. 26 total for the ball game, and she's looking to add another on a made free throw here. So far, this game at the line, Schroeder is 2 of 3. Peyton Modine checks into the game as well for Henley. And the free throw for Schroeder is good. Schroeder's going to head to the bench. What a game she's had today. If she doesn't return, will finish with 27 points, which is as many as the Indians have right now for the whole contest. Here's top of the key to Brainerd. Pappas with a steal, and she's going to secure the steal here in the front court. Bothered by 2 Indians here on the near side. She gets rid of it, gets it right back. Pappas drives right down Main Street for 2. She's got 4 points, and it's a 64-27 lead for Henley. 3 minutes to go. Lux Johnson bounces it to Deerdorf. Now on the wing to Brainerd. Brainerd back to Deerdorf. Trying to drive inside. They give it up to Peterson. New to the game for the Indians. She lays it up off the window, no good. Scappoose gets their own rebound, but the putback attempt off the mark, and this time Brooklyn Conrad comes away with the miss. Gives it in front to Pappas, nearly traveled, trying to get the pass off to Modine. It's kind of a hurried play from the start there as we get the final 3 subs in for Henley as the main rotational players come off the floor to a round of applause today for Henley. They know they are moving on to the state tournament at Forest Grove High School. We'll give you details on that. Stick around for our post-game coverage today on mybasin.com. 5 on the floor out there for Henley right now. It's Peyton Modine along with Natalie Robles, along with Molly Brown, and believe Sam Cunningham out there as well for the Hornets. Corner 3 taken and missed by Penelope Franklin. A rebound attempt, no. And Henley comes down with the board this time. That was Sam Cunningham, and ball goes out of bounds as they try to get the pass off to Modine. It was poked out by Bailey Humbird. And so here is Modine. Peyton Modine, that is, into the front court. Races ahead. Peyton rifles the pass to Cunningham. Pardon me, that was Conrad. She bounces it to Cunningham for the foul in the bucket. This third group for Henley, just as dangerous here in the postseason. A beautiful feed from Conrad for 2 for Cunningham, and a third point looming for Samantha. Junior stands 5'8". Her shot is good. 3 points for Sam Cunningham today, and a minute and a half remain in this one as Henley now leads by 40. Pass goes on the wing. There's Penelope Franklin. They try to get it down under low to Deardor. 4-shot off the window, no good. The rebound picked up by Henley. Peyton Modine with the rebound as she's now into the front court. Nearly loses it. In fact, a steal from Humbird. Great effort there by Humbird. Trying to get the pass down underneath to Franklin. They give it back out to Humbird. She's freed up for a wing triple off the glass. No, the rebound is picked up by the Hornets. And finally, the foul gets called against Nolan. I think she might have fouled Robles about 3 times before the official finally said, okay, I have to call this. And so he did with 50 seconds remaining in a running clock ball game. Modine with it. Bothered her way up the floor by Humbird. Modine takes it to the left. Trying to get it underneath to Molly Brown. The freshman is going to travel after receiving the inbound pass. And once Scappoose inbounds this ball, the shot clock is dark. 67-27. We'll see if the Indians can put together a scoring possession here on what could be their final one of the season. Franklin trying to give it up to Humbird. Humbird loses it out of bounds. The Hornets get the basketball, and they will send these Klamath Basin fans home happy. With 5 seconds remaining, the inbound pass comes. Final score tonight, 67-27. The Henley Hornets are moving on to Forest Grove High School for the 4th time in 4 seasons, as they defeat the Scappoose Indians 67-27 in the opening round of the postseason. We'll be back to break it all down for you next on mybasin.com.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck, yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Oregon, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
At Geno's on East Main Street, we're always ready for sports season.
And now is a perfect time to connect with us.
We're open every morning at 6:30, serving simply good food
for your breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
We offer breakfast burritos and burgers all day, Italian family recipes,
monthly specials, amazing desserts, and of course, your choice of cold or hot beverages.
Call 884-6474 right now to place a food order for pickup or use DoorDash delivery.
Or best of all, come dine in with us.
Geno's on East Main, simply good food.
Check out our full menu and all our activities at ilovegenos.com. Geno's on East Main, simply good food.
Pacific Power works day in and day out to power our communities because we know our neighbors rely on us. We're trimming and clearing branches around poles and lines, protecting our system, and giving you real-time updates when storms roll in. You can count on us in all seasons. 24/7, we're here for you. Powering your greatness.
Welcome back to the OSAA On Point Community Credit Union 4A girls basketball playoffs. In the opening round, the Henley Hornets with a 67-27 win over the Scappoose Indians. Let's run down our leading scorers for you. First, for the Henley Hornets, who are led by Michaela Schroeder. Unofficial scorers say she finished with 27 points today. Senya Campos added 14. 8 for Lily Fassell, 6 for Preston Shade, 4 for Shoshani Pappas, 3 for Samantha Cunningham, and 2 for Kennedy Modine. Your scorers tonight for the Henley Hornets. Meantime, for the Scappoose Indians, they were led in scoring by Lux Johnson. She finished with 8. They had 7 each from Grace and Emily Kessie. There was 3 from Kayla Brainerd and 2 from Lila Malloy, your scorers for the Scappoose Indians. Final score again, 67-27. With this win, Henley is moving on to Forest Grove High School, the Elite 8. March 12th through the 14th, they're slotted to play in Game B against the winner of Marist Catholic and Madras. That game's set to get going in about 45 minutes. But 3:15 at Forest Grove High School will be the Henley Hornets in the quarterfinals against either Marist or Madras. Other games that are getting going, I'll try to pull a score update from Cascade and LeGrand here. Although I don't think I'm going to be able to do it right now on the NFHS network. If you check on them, they started about 15 minutes ago. Probably inconsequential at this point to share the score. Coming up later on today, Staten is hosting Klamath Union. Good luck to the Lady Pels as they try to pull off an upset there. Malala hosts Philomath. That game's at 6 o'clock tonight. Coming up at 4, Seaside hosts Pendleton. At 6 o'clock tonight, St. Helens plays North Bend. And at 4 o'clock this afternoon, Baker hosts the Dalles. Those are your other set of games that will get us to a Final 8. And the Hornets are the first one to book their ticket to Forest Grove High School. For the Indians, the road ends here. They finished with a 13-12 overall record this season and making the postseason one of the top 16 teams in the state of Oregon. A great season for the Scappoose Indians. Hope to see them back, and I'm sure they don't hope to see the Henley Hornets next year in the playoffs, at least in the opening round. This is now 0-2 in the last 4 years that Scappoose has come down to Klamath Falls and lost to Henley in the opening round. And good luck to them as they look to rebuild and retool heading into next season. It looks like they're only graduating 2 seniors, and only one of them made the starting lineup today. They've got a healthy group of sophomores: Grace Kessie, Emily Kessie, Lux Johnson, and Bailey Humbird. 4 of their 5 starters are sophomores, and so that is a good youth program that Scappoose has got running over there. And best of luck to Craig Moore and his program as they move along and try to make things just a little bit better next year. But tonight, the Hornets, they're going home happy, and they're loading on a bus next week to Forest Grove High School after a 67-27 win here today. Want to thank everybody involved with making today's broadcast possible. Thanks again to Coach Craig Moore from the Scappoose Indians. Wish his girls a safe trip home. Of course, Randy Denson, the head coach of the Henley Hornets. Big thanks to him for getting with us not only today, but before every single basketball game this season. Also, big shout out to Luke Hammond, the athletic director here at Henley High School, for allowing us to cover each and every Henley Hornets game this season. And thanks to you for joining us for another edition of Henley Lady Hornets basketball. Whether you just joined us today or you've been along with us all season long, this is the final video broadcast that we'll have this year, as once we get to that Elite 8 level at the state tournament, all broadcast rights are owned by the NFHS network. You do have to pay their pay-per-view rights fee, or you can listen for free on our radio stations. We will have radio coverage on 104.3 and 960 Sports for free of Henley Lady Hornets basketball at Forest Grove High School. Once again, the final score here in the round of 16, the Hornets 67, the Indians 27. Thanks again for joining us for another edition of Henley Lady Hornets basketball on mybasin.com. My name is Josh Eldridge. Hope you have a great rest of your Saturday afternoon and a great weekend. So long from Henley High School.